Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Sorry it's a little bit dark. I have got the light on in the middle of the room and I have got my lamp on. But it's still, I look really dark. Bit of a scarecrow head there. Just come back to say my headspace is much better today. I actually have been crafting the majority of the day. I did go and see my mum and dad. I took Ruby down for a visit. If you're on my Facebook, check out this tale, the saga of Ruby and her day trip. But I'll give you a little bit of what happened here. She howled. As you know, she's a Labrador Husky, and she does howl. She howled in the car nearly the whole way. That was after she escaped from her harness and her seatbelt and ended up in the front seat with Corey and I. We pulled over, got her back, and Corey sat in the back with her, and she was really, really good. At my mum's, or my mum and dad's, she was really good. My dad's given me a choker chain for her so that I feel more confident when I'm walking her. And he was trying to show the boys how it works and that it's not going to hurt her. And he'd put his beer, he had a stubby of beer, and he put it on the ground next to him. Next thing you know, there's Ruby licking the top of the beer bottle. So he probably had he drank probably a third of it. So in the end, he emptied the water bowl and filled the bowl with beer for her. So she had her first beer today. Now, for those of you who aren't in Australia and maybe don't know, Crownies are one of the most expensive beers you can buy here. Of regular beer, I think. Like, it's a good beer. I don't know. Don't drink beer. Not interested. So she drank that. Then she went into his garage or shed, because you can't park a car in it. And she came trotting out with this big yellow car sponge. He was trying to get it off her. She was running away thinking it was a game. Eventually we got it off her. It was funny though. Like, we were really trying not to laugh because it wasn't funny. She was touching something she shouldn't. But this car sponge, this yellow car sponge, was the shape of a bone. So it was like this big yellow bone hanging out of her mouth. She got into trouble for that. He actually did tell her off for that when we eventually got off her. And then the last straw was when she went up the side of their house and they're going, oh, there's nothing up there. She can't get into anything. She's right. She's right. Well, my dad poked his head around that wall, like the corner of the house, and looked up just to see what she was up to. And he said all he could see was her bottom. They've got one loose board in their fence between them and the next door neighbour, and she was halfway through. I do not know. The gap would only be about this big. I don't know how she did it, but she was halfway through. So he had to tackle her back, and she got into trouble. But 2 minutes later, he was telling her what a good girl she was. So we left and brought her home. She was good in the car on the way home. She just lay on the back seat and basically slept until we got off the freeway. And then she started howling, barking, dancing, jumping around. Now, she's in the back seat. She is hooked up on her seatbelt on her back and in her harness and that. But it was driving me nuts. So Corey and I started howling with her. That shut her up. Then I worked it out. When we were at Mum and Dad, not only she had the beer to drink, she had drank a heap of water because in between her antics, she was playing chase with the ball and running around and stuff. Oh, and she got up on their glass outdoor table and scared the bejesus out of herself because her claws on the glass slid. So, yeah, I don't think she'll be doing that again. She needed to wee. That's why she was misbehaving in the car on the way home. Because as soon as I got her home and let her inside, after she sniffed to make sure everything was still here and still hers, I reckon she did a gallon. I really do. So she was pretty good. So that was my day today. I finished off tonight a pocket letter for Pink Zebra. If you've watched the video before this one, you'll see what I've made. I'm happy with it, but I'm not 100% certain because it is something I'm still learning. I've also started to make, let's see if I can find it, a little flip book. Again, I've made the little cover, like the sliding cover that the flip book slides into. When I made Amanda's from Heavenly Imaginings back in December, her Christmas one, the cover was just, I was mucking around with the paper and the cover just happened. And now I actually like putting them in the little slip covers. It keeps them, even when they're full, it keeps them nice and neat and tidy. I haven't done much on the inside. I have done the cover. I've put a piece of paper in there. I have made all the folds. Flip. This is going to become a pocket. I haven't glued it down yet because I'm going to put the like the base paper in before I stick that down, rather than trying to work with the pocket already down. And then just the back, I'm going to add a couple of pockets, belly bands and stuff. But it is only a small one. It is only 4x3. I thought most of the paper pads that I have at the moment are, or the ones that have got the sayings and the words and that, they're only 6x6. So if I was to do a larger version, like a 6x6 or a 6x5, it would use the majority of my paper. And as I said, I don't have a lot. But this was I think it's called Teddy Bear's Picnic, this one by Kaisercraft. I actually picked it up from a big variety shop up in Reservoir when I took Mum last year, and I think I paid like $5 for the pad. So, like, I haven't spent a lot of money on the paper pads, but I want to keep stuff so that I've got things to craft with, just in case I have times where I have to go a month without being able to buy any supplies. So that's what I've been working on today, and I've got another 2 that I'm going to be doing. One is going to be, I think it's going to be I think I worked it out, it needs to be a 3x3 or a 4x4. So it's still small, compact, but not, right, I think, yeah, it's got to be 4x4. So rather than being long, it's going to be square, or it could be 3x3. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Let me have a look. I can tell you. Yes, it's going to be it'll be a 3x3. Rather than the 3x4, so it'll be square. So, or 3¼ by 3¼ because these pads, something like that, because these pads are 6.5 inch pads, and it's a quarter of the whole sheet. So it's going to be a square one compared to this one, which is rectangular, and the other one probably will be the same as this, but I'm having fun doing these little ones. I'm doing those, I'm sparkling because I've been dealing with glitter washi. I'm doing these as a break in between challenge entry projects, just to keep myself busy. I've got, I did work it out that I could probably have entered most, but as I said, I've got to balance the practicalities of postage. I've cut probably about 4 out of what I was going to do, just the postage fact, because I've got to add a couple more in. So yeah, that's what I've been up to today. As I said, I'm feeling much better. I got pretty emotional when I was opening my challenge entries earlier. I guess after a week of feeling so alone and um not empty. I don't know how I felt. Really, to sit here and to describe it, I can't tell you how I felt. But the loneliness kicks in, and I try not to talk about it too much, like on Facebook and stuff, because I don't want people thinking I'm a whinger. Um, but knowing and being able to sit here and talk to the camera and upload it and have some feedback, or just that one or two words of, you'll be right, you can do it, it means the world to me. I guess I don't put it on Facebook much because apart from like a handful of people, everyone on my Facebook is my family and friends. I try not to extend my Facebook too much to, I know craft friends and stuff. I have added a few, but really I try to keep it to close family and friends, because I put my kids out, like images and stuff, and I have done since I got my Facebook account, and I'm very protective of them. Now they're getting older. Jarrett's nearly an adult. Corey, I give them the choice. Do you want me to share your photo? Do you want me to, like, I got their permission before I put the videos up from our holiday, because I think it's only right. It's only right because I make the choice to put me out there, but I can't make that choice for them. If they don't want to be seen on video, if they don't want to be heard, whatever, I've got to respect that. So I don't like putting a lot of how I'm feeling on Facebook. I don't put a lot. I might put a photo or two of things I've made. I don't put everything I make on there either. I don't actually get on Facebook very much, but I have witnessed someone who, let's say, is always, woe is me, this is happening to me, poor me, rah, 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 rah. Now, even in my worst days, I was never, and even when I do these videos, I don't want sympathy or anything like that. Mine is to get it out of my head, and I'll actually say, it's frustrating. I don't like sitting and having to listen 24/7 to this one or two people whinge continually. Like the world is against them, but they don't do anything to help improve it. I believe I'm trying to improve my life. And I even say, the week I had in the video I did yesterday, that was when I was coming back up on the up. But I kept myself to myself, and while I was really dealing with it, but I just wanted you guys to know that's what I've been through this week. That's, if I haven't been around or if I seem a bit down, that's why. Because we are all facing our own issues. We are all, I don't know what the word is. We are all dealing with something, and I know that life is never perfect. I know all that. It's, for me, the hardest thing is the knowing, I don't know what the word is. The knowing when I'm down, and the voice in my head and the self-doubt talk and all that negativity talk is absolute rubbish. And I know that it's rubbish. But in the time and place, when I'm in that slump, sometimes I just can't get the positive to just outweigh it. I can't. It's weird. It really is weird. And I'm here talking about it and that. as I've said so many times, is to hopefully help someone or highlight to someone that they're not the only one going through it. So many people suffer. Since I started doing these videos, so many people have said to me, know how you feel. I'm in the same position. And knowing you're not alone, even though I went down, knowing I wasn't the only one that goes through this, which mental illness is a very lonely illness. But knowing you're not the only one going through it is enough sometimes just to say, okay, I'm having this real bad time at the moment, but I know it's going to pass. Now, I'm trying not to use the words that I would probably use if I wasn't on YouTube. I would be using bad, wouldn't have been a word I would use then. But I don't want to use words that aren't appropriate. But I thank you guys. I thank each and every one of you who is here with this roller coaster journey with me, with my mental illness of depression and anxiety and that. Your words and just knowing you're there, and then to get those entries and the thought that people have put into the words that they're using, and it's just amazing. I've decided what I'm going to do with these inspirational tags is I'm going to get I'll probably get a cork board because I can get that probably big. I don't know. I have to look for a board, and I'm going to get it so that it holds them all. And I'm going to put them on that. And there's a space in my bedroom that I'm going to hang this board, because a lot of the time when I'm down, bedroom is where you're lying at night trying to go to sleep. And if I look up and see all those beautiful positive tags and the words that you've all chosen, it's going to help. At the moment, I roll over and I read the photo frame that Amanda sent me for my last challenge, and it's even that is enough to keep those positive thoughts rolling. And that's what the process is to kick the positive thoughts back in and not let those negative ones control the mind. But it's going to be, as I've said, it's a long process. I'm really only 8-9 months in to healing. I tried to do it with just the medication alone, didn't work. Finally gave in, gone and seen someone. Best thing I could have ever done. Really is the best thing. Pardon me. That I could have ever done. Anyway, guys, I've gone off tangent, I think. I don't know. This has been very random tonight. But I wanted to let you know I'm feeling much better. I had a really good sleep last night. Didn't go to bed till probably about 1:32 in the morning. But when I did go to sleep, I went to sleep. Woke up at 7:30. Realised that it was Saturday. I actually went to get up thinking it was a week morning and we'd slept in for school. Realised it was Saturday, rolled over and went back to sleep until 10:30. So it's really, I've had a great day. Absolute great day. Until I had a coughing fit. When we were driving home from Mum's, stopped at the last set of traffic lights before you hit my house. And I had a Mentos. And I've already got this bit of a cough, runny nose, and that. And I don't know about you guys, but swallowing your saliva the wrong way and the heat, I don't know how it's happened. I've got to put it down to either swallowed my saliva the wrong way or because it was the peppermint Mentos, so they're that bit fresh and minty and that, and I had the aircon blowing right in my face, and I went to say something to Corey, and I sort of went, And it was like a little bit just spittle, or the cold air hitting the back of my throat made me start to cough and cough and cough and cough. I couldn't stop. Couldn't get my breath. I had a drink next to me. I couldn't pick the drink up and drink it. I felt like I was choking. And we're sitting in this, lucky the traffic light was red. And to make it worse, I was busting to go to the toilet. I'll let your own imagination go there. And it made me feel like I got over it. It went away eventually. But because it had gone on for like 5 minutes, lucky those traffic lights you have to sit at for a while, I actually felt really drained, tired. I had a headache and stuff. But in the last 3-4 hours, because that was like at 6 o'clock, it's now after 11, it's nearly midnight, it knocked me for a good couple of hours. And I said to Mum, I felt fantastic. I've had the best day today that I've had in a long time. And then that happens. But luckily, a couple of hours and it was gone again. But anyway, I won't keep you any longer. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. I've sat on my Saturday night crafting and enjoying myself. If I'm not back tomorrow with the video, which I don't know if I will be, because I do want to craft tomorrow, and I'm going to craft hopefully without stopping all day. And when I stop and do a video at the moment, because I still can't get in my craft room, I have to do it in the lounge room, so I have to clear all the tables and stuff. I basically put away everything I'm working on in order to be able to put the laptop and hang you off the laptop and do a video. If I don't come back tomorrow, I will be back Monday. Hopefully. I've got an appointment on Monday. But yeah, stick around. There's going to be a couple of videos this week you're going to need to watch. Little surprises hidden there, here and there. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything else tonight. I could sit here and talk to you guys forever. Apparently, I've got a mouth of the South. Don't ever shut up. Once I start, can't stop. So, I've done it again. All right, I'm going to say those words. I hope you're healthy, happy, and having fun, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.